What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Oleta Adams as we continue through her 1995 album Moving On. Thank you again to Kim. And the next track is roughly the title track. It's Life Keeps Moving On. So it contains the title phrase, but there's more to the song title than the album title. But it feels like if there's any tune so far which is reflective of the sentiment of moving on, this is it. So yeah, the idea that life doesn't stop, right? Like, just because something big happens in someone's personal life, it doesn't mean the rest of the world stops. Time itself does not stop. And one's lifespan and life trajectory necessarily keeps moving no matter what has taken place. So, in a way, it feels like it's running in a slightly different direction than the phrase moving on by itself, which can indicate, like, you're going to get past something. I'm going to move on. I'm going to go to the next chapter rather than lingering here or being stuck in whatever has taken place. But life keeps moving on. It's like the movement is from life itself relative to you, who it's not necessarily suggesting that you are sitting still, but the idea that, you are not on a neutral foundation. You are part of this larger flow of time and space, and so life will continue to move whether you are or not. Luca, I need you to... Yes, I know. Okay. Luca keeps moving on, it has to be said. But let's give it a listen. This is Oleta Adams. The track is Life Keeps Moving On from the album Moving On, 1995.
Things I couldn't see, and all the dreams that you created were just like wishing on the stars. I could look into your eyes, 'cause I got them memorized, and I remember them. No matter where you are, I know that life keeps moving on and on. I know I'll never love this way again, but in my heart I know I must be strong.
beautiful song lyrically, obviously vocally, and sonically it has this warm, what's the right word? Persistent feeling in the sonics, which I think is a direct outgrowth of the lyrics. Now, as to the lyrics, it's interesting because, like, it's clear she's saying, like, someone who instilled these feelings and thoughts in her and who is no longer there. And I was like, there was a bit where I was thinking, like, oh, maybe this is like, her father, or at least like someone who was very instrumental in her upbringing. But then we get to the line that's like, when it's lonely at night, I wish, I was in your arms, with you holding me tight. And it's like, okay, so this sounds more like a former lover, maybe, a former partner, a former boyfriend. Which is interesting because, in the last little bit as we've been going through Oleta Adams' songs, excuse me, it feels like it's about the, love she found in her new husband at this point in her life. And so it's been more about like the now and the future, whereas this one sounds like it's looking back. And yeah, like it's certainly a positive sentiment. She seems to, like even though we had to say goodbye, which again suggests that this is a person who's not around anymore, which I suppose could mean two different things. It could mean they went their separate ways, they broke up, but maybe it was amicable, or at least like she's come to see it positively, even if the experience of it, there was strife or, unpleasant feelings and so on. The point she's at now is that, wherever you are, which again, that could have two different meanings. It could be like they went on, he went on with his life and she, doesn't keep in touch, and so she doesn't quite know where he is or what he's doing. Or it could be, someone who's passed away, and even if, you have religious beliefs, it's still this idea that like, well, I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it is like to be in the afterlife, so to speak. So, wherever you are could have a more like spiritual or metaphysical meaning. But yeah, so not only do I not know if it's someone who's passed away or someone who went their separate way, she does seem to be saying that there is this, maybe not lament is too strong, because again, it feels like this is a warm song that like, she's just remembering how things were when they were good and remembering the strength that she derived from him. And indeed, she's saying like, I know I have to be strong. I know my heart has to be strong because life keeps moving on. So again, like as I was saying in the intro, I think it is like the motion here is about time and life. Until the day she dies, she's saying, she's gonna, hold dear what was, like try to manifest that strength and recognize that, she will keep moving as life is as well. So yeah, it feels like she's taking away a lot of positives, even if again on lonely nights she's thinking, she wishes that the situation was still here. So either way, I do wonder, how autobiographical this is. I would imagine on some level it is, but of course you can create a scenario that is like not exactly as your life has gone, even if you're drawing from your own experiences. But again, beautiful vocals, and obviously there's some, melodic flourishes where she's going up and down very quickly. It's a very agile flourish. And of course, it just has that like, classic R&B singer type of sound. So yeah, she has a lovely voice, and I think she displays it here. It's not like the biggest I've heard her go. She's not like belting powerfully. A couple moments where she does, up the amplitude, but overall it's more in this kind of like comfortable emotional place, reflective, again, looking back, but also recognizing that things will keep moving forward, so she has to be strong and do that. And I think that comes through in her vocal performance. So again, another tasty tune from Oleta. Thank you again to Kim for the Oleta journey, as well as the Tears for Fears deep dive, which brought me to Oleta. And yeah, again, if you didn't know, like now, I think a couple months ago, I did a song documentary watch along, and it was Woman in Chains, and it was primarily interview moments with Oleta. Now there was an interview moment that was, back from when she was part of Tears for Fears, where Roland is there too, And the documentary does talk about when he was at this hotel and he heard her perform, and it wasn't until I think a couple years later when he reached out and brought her in to sing that song. But yeah, if you didn't know, I did a documentary watch along about that, as well as even before that, maybe like I don't know 6, 7 something months ago, maybe longer, I did a music video reaction to that song over on my Patreon. So if any of that interests you, go to my Patreon and search for Tears for Fears. You will find those things. And in the meantime, let me know what you think here, and Luca and I, who's now nice and calm, we will see you next time. Peace.